What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of We Eat Stuff.
Where we eat stuff.
And yeah, let's welcome Jay back.
Hello.
It's been forever.
It's been a year and a half.
Yeah.
Certain disease
went
around and
thanks to the pandemic, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna start doing more videos. Got a surprise item for you today. Let me grab it.
I don't like the sound of that. I'm gonna use this time to mention that we're in a new location now.
That's right, yeah. I moved in a new apartment, so
yeah.
It's a nice place. It's a nice lighting, good setup.
It's a nicer apartment.
Yeah.
That's all I got. It has its own in-unit washer and dryer.
I know. No more laundromat for me.
Yeah.
Moving on up. Yeah. So we got here. A very nice ribeye.
The surprise is great now.
Yes.
I thought this was gonna be like more like stupidly hot stuff.
Oh, okay. No, we got that too. That's a separate video.
All right. Well, that's surprising.
To give you some context for this, the reason I thought of this was because you had a birthday.
Oh.
You had a birthday 2 years ago.
That's right.
And I showed up to the birthday and I was told there would be steak, and I was very excited because I'm a man who likes my steak, and then you and some unnamed friends.
He will remain unnamed.
He purchased thinly sliced ribeye because it was quote unquote faster to cook. Do you remember this?
No, I remember that day. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And and it took me a lot of restraint, but I didn't make a scene. I kept totally calm as I was eating well done thinly sliced ribeye steak.
I mean, to your credit, you hid that very well. I did not get the sense of any disturbing or anything like that.
It was your birthday, and I didn't want to ruin it.
I appreciate that.
As much as I wanted to bitch and moan about how awful that was. So, anyways, because of that,
quite emotional about it right now. Just reminiscing about it.
Dude, I'm and think about it, this is 2 years ago. Anyways, so I kind of, even though it was not my fault, I wanted to make up for it. So,
okay,
I got you this ribeye.
Okay, well, thank you. That's awesome.
And then just
he's a good friend. It's just
That's right. Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel. He could be your friend.
That's right. Yeah. No steak for you though. So I kind of wanted to just go through like what makes a steak good. Back when I was in high school, I used to try to eat a lot of steak because like you could actually get some pretty cheap steaks at Rouse, which is a supermarket down in SoCal. I didn't know what I was doing. I would always get the wrong cut, so I always get like top sirloin, which is like a garbage cut for steak. And I would grill them on the grill. They would have basically no crust. They were absolutely awful. And I've actually gone back to some of my high school friends, apologized for what I did, and made them a new steak because I'm so ashamed of how wrong it was. And
clearly, you are very, very passionate.
And this is through like trial and error until I figure out how to actually make a decent steak. There's a lot of things that, a lot of misconceptions I had, and it's actually very, very easy. The biggest thing, you just need good steak. Mm-hmm. You can go to the same shop, same butcher shop, same grocery store. You could buy the same cut of steak, but one of them is going to taste significantly worse than the other because of the marbling. Mm-hmm. So I got this from Smart and Final.
Okay.
There was another steak at Smart and Final that was, same price per pound. It had almost no marbling. Mm-hmm. And that steak, if I cooked it for you, even with the correct technique, would not be good.
Fair
so
enough.
It's all about picking the right steak. So if you pick the wrong steak, you've already lost. It doesn't matter how good you are unless you cover it with sauce or do other things with it. But if you're just eating like a pure steak, it's not going to work. Mm-hmm. You have to have good quality steak. Second thing, sous vide it. So vacuum seal it, throw in the sous vide. I usually like to do it at 123 degrees, which will make it a little bit around rare, but since you're searing it, it'll kind of bump it up to medium rare, a little bit closer to the rare side. Okay. Anything above medium rare should be illegal and you should be shot.
I'm inclined to. I don't take it to that extreme. I do think if people want less blood on their steak, that's their prerogative, but
they're wrong. Anyways, yes. So I'm gonna heat this up in the sous vide. I'm not even gonna bother showing you guys that part. We're just gonna skip to the searing part after the steak is cooked in the sous vide. Okay, so this has been sous videing for probably a little bit over an hour and a half. In between, we did a fire noodle video. We actually ate two different kinds of fire noodles. Mm-hmm. So if we look very, very tired, this is why.
Well, you are sweating profusely.
I'm sweating very badly.
Yeah, so
those noodles are.
I am. A lot of my pain is internal right now. It's very much in my stomach area.
Let's look at the steak. So this is the ribeye. It's been sous vide. And it doesn't look appetizing right now, and that's because we're gonna have to basically sear it in a cast iron skillet, get that nice crust on it. But right now, it actually is edible already because we've been cooking it at 123 degrees for more than enough time to kill all the bacteria in it, and it actually will have all the correct texture. But now we just want to season it and put that nice sear on it. So what we're gonna do is we grab a bunch of paper towels And we're gonna dry out the steak. This might be a little bit excessive, but the more you dry it out, the better the crust will be. Because if it's wet, the crust will not form properly.
Makes sense. Don't mind me, I'm just standing here. I have literally nothing to offer that is insightful in this video aside from I'm just going to be eating the damn thing.
Let's go. This beautiful ribeye right here.
It looks very soft.
Very tender, cooked to perfection. And what we're just gonna do is just pat it dry so we can get that nice crust forming. And then with the seasoning, it's actually really simple. All you need is garlic powder, you need some salt, and you need some pepper. So yeah, just these three things. Don't go too lightly on the salt. You need a good amount of salt on there. So the camera can see that.
Center that glorious ribeye.
And then good amount of pepper. I like to go really heavy on the pepper. And then just a little bit of garlic powder right over the top. And do the same thing for both sides. I'm not gonna do it right now because if I flip this over, it's just gonna it's gonna fall off. So I'm gonna actually do that seasoning in the pan.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And now we're gonna move the camera over to the stove so you can see what's going on. Okay, so what we want to do here is we got a cast iron skillet. You got to have a cast iron skillet. It really retains a lot of the heat. When you put the steak in, you know, it's not going to be like a regular pan where it kind of cools down. And you can see right now it's already smoking, right? And we really want to get the cast iron to a point where it just feels like the entire pan is going to burst into flames. It should set off your smoke alarm. That's totally fine. In fact, like I would be surprised if it didn't, because that's the kind of heat you need. If you don't have that, you're not going to get that good crust. So like, look at all that smoke that's coming off of it. You need that. Then I got some oil. I'm using Saffola oil here. Just gonna pour that in. If you see how the oil is shimmering, you can see that it's incredibly hot. And we just want it to start smoking. You don't want to wait too long because this stuff will actually literally burst into flames. But we do want the oil to get nice and hot. And now we're going to take our steak. We're going to put the seasoned side face down. Just listen to that. And we're going to go ahead and season this side too. A little weight here to make sure that it's flat. You can see that there's a lot of smoke coming off of it. And since we sous vide it, it's already fully cooked. So we're just trying to get that nice crust on it. Let's quickly check, see how it looks. Okay, we're starting to get some browning. Probably just a couple more seconds on here, then we can flip it. And you can do things like you could add butter for like butter basting, things like that, rosemary, but I'm just going with something really simple. I could sense that the smoke alarm will go off at any minute. Okay, now let's flip it over. There we go! That is the smoke alarm. You need to have that or else your pan is not hot enough. Remember that. Okay, so we have Jay over there waving a pillow at it to stop the smoke alarm.
I'm helping!
Anyways, we're gonna go and get that amazing crust also on this side. Let's take a look. Okay. Give it a little bit more time. And as you see, the steak is kind of curling up, so we're gonna put a little bit of weight on it to make sure that it's all touching the pan so we can get that beautiful sear. And then we're just gonna sear off some of the fat on the edges around here. Look at that beautiful sear right there. That is a beautiful looking steak. All right, so we're pretty much ready to pull it. Move it on over here, and let's cut into it and see how we did. Okay, so here we have the steak.
I mean, it looks great. The colors of it, I would not be able to tell if it was sous vide if I didn't see it, you know. So
just got to get that nice crust on it. And the good thing about sous vide is you don't even have to let it rest because it's already at temperature. You're just putting that sear on it. So do the honors. Cut into it. Yeah, get a good piece of that ribeye cap right there.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you barely had to cut it.
Yeah, look at that nice
Yep.
medium rare right in there.
Well, it's like a nice even pink like all over the place.
Yeah, that's the best thing about sous vide. Thoughts?
I got nothing. I'm just like, this is good. This is good. Yep.
This is how steak should be made.
Yep. This is nice. This is very nice.
Thank you. It's got the right seasoning. It's got the nice crust. It's a good cut of meat. That's the most important thing, I would say. Like beyond like skill or anything like that. Skill is important because you could still mess it up, but honestly, you got to get like the right cut of meat. And even at the cheaper supermarkets, as long as you have a good eye for it, you can tell which of the steaks have the right amount of marbling to taste good. And this is through many failed attempts at, sometimes I make a steak and it would be good, sometimes it wouldn't be good. And in the end, it was really because of the cut.
No, keep talking. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. I don't know what.
So, happy birthday 2 years later.
It's really good. It's really good.
Thank you.
No, I'm having the time of my life. This is great.
Yeah, and sometimes with some steaks, like the part we just ate, which is the cap, is usually always fairly tasty, but then it's this middle part right here, right, where you want to look for marbleization. I can't remember what it's called, but the part that's not the cap, sometimes like the marbling is quite poor.
I just like that description. The part that's not the cap.
Yes, the middle part.
That's not the cap. You should be looking for the marbling there.
And pretty good actually, pretty good. I kind of wish I bought one that had poor marbling so you could compare and contrast because it's actually significantly different.
I have literally nothing useful to add to this other than this is great.
You want to kill it?
That was the plan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, whose birthday was it again?
You got me there. You got me there. Yeah, man, all yours, man.
Good. No, it's good.
What are your thoughts? Yeah. Describe the steak.
It was good, man. Like, I enjoyed eating it a lot more than those fire noodles. Like, holy shit, dude, that was like way better. Can we just do this from now on? Like with each video?
Hey man, you pay for the steak, so we can eat steak as much as you want.
That's, I have to consider that. It is the first time I've had a sous vide steak. I don't know if it's because I am, a peanut-brained gorilla who just eats food and doesn't think about it, but I can't tell the difference between like grilled or whatever as opposed to sous vide. The texture seemed very consistent to me. It was very like soft. Yeah, no, it was great. It was great. Just like, yep. That's about all I got. Seasoning was great. Nice. Yeah, no, crust was very nice. Wish there was another one, but
I have some New York steaks in the freezer.
don't threaten me with a good time, man.
Anyways,
you can't do that. You can't do that to me.
Anyways, these are kind of the lessons that I learned over the years. I'll try to summarize. So basically, you want a good cut of meat. You want to sous vide it. You want to make sure that you season it very, very well. You want to make sure that you get the pan extremely hot. And I mean, set off your fire alarm, as you heard. Like, you need it to get that hot, and you got to cook it in a cast iron. And basically, if you follow those steps, you should be able to make very, very good steak consistently, because I've seen a lot of people grill steaks and they're just not right. They just don't taste right. They're usually the biggest thing I see is the cut being not good, and number two is not cooking it at high enough of a temperature to form a crust. Because if you don't have a crust, you just have kind of like a soggy steak, and so it doesn't matter how good the cut is, you're not going to get that nice char on it, right? So make sure that you get that really, really high temperature sear, and that'll make your steak just really great. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and there'll be more to come. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes.
Later.
More steak.